Hi everybody, Alex Aplo here from Expert Forex, and in this video we're going to look at advanced ways of selecting great trading strategies, and this is the second video in the series. So here's what we're going to do in this video. We're going to review what we've learned in the first video, the previous video, and we're going to learn how to use very basic information to identify great strategy. Then we're going to go a little bit more advanced and we're going to see how to manage risk by lot sizing and position sizing. We're also going to learn how to use ratios like the drawdown per day ratio and the multiplier size calculator. And then you're going to see why some investors do not always make the best decisions. And that is what this video is all about. It is helping you to make better trading decisions throughout your trading career. Okay, and here's the previous video that we had a look at, and I'll summarize what happened in this video in the next slide. So here's a summary of the lessons that we learned in the previous video. Firstly, to find good accounts, a good guide is the smoothness of the equity chart, then having a look at the actual earnings, and then looking at the consistency of the actual earnings as shown by the monthly returns, and then we would look at the maximum drawdown. So that's a starting point where we would create a short list of trading accounts. Now, what was shown is that the number of investors following that particular account is not always the best guideline, and the high income generated by that account is also not a great guideline. Now, if you want more details, go and have a look at that particular video that highlights those facts. So as a follow-on to that video, what I did is I went in and created a watch list, and there you can see a watch list. You can see a normal list, but you can also create your own personal watch list by clicking on those icons that you see over there. So I've created this watch list which has a whole lot of accounts listed, and you can see the returns generated by those accounts. You can see the investors following those accounts, and you can see the equity traded by that account, and also you can see the equity charts of those particular accounts. Just a reminder, we are looking at historical results, and a reminder that historical results are not guaranteed to repeat into the future. Trading is dangerous and you can lose all your money. So that's what I went and did. And to give you a feel of those elements that we spoke about earlier, I'm going to have a look at this Link 230 CA account to give you an idea of the type of things that we were looking at. Okay, so what I did is to find that account, I did a search on 230. You just type in 230 and click on sort, and it'll find all the 230 accounts, and there's the account that we want to have a look at. So let's go and have a look at that and look how well followed that particular account is. So the return that it's made is about 90% over just over a year. So it's basically almost doubled the account in a year. It has a nice smooth equity chart, and if you look at the monthly returns, they are consistently around 5%. So there we are, it's actually 5.09%, and the weekly return is 1.14% return. So that's why this is a very attractive account. And then the next element that we look at is the maximum drawdown, and the maximum drawdown in this case is 24%. So that's why this is a good solid account to follow. The drawdown's a little bit high, but in the end, it's a little bit historical. It happened way back over there and way back over there. There's a bit of drawdown over here, but the 24% is a good guideline. Okay, so what I then did is I said, okay, let's take these accounts that I have done the same process on. I had a look at the monthly returns. I looked at the maximum drawdowns, I looked at the total returns, and I then extracted that information. But I extracted more information. I converted the total returns into monthly returns, and I recorded the maximum drawdown. So, and I then put it into an Excel spreadsheet. So let's go and have a look at that Excel spreadsheet. And here we are. I've listed all of those accounts on that list. I've then converted their total returns into monthly returns. So what that does is it puts them all on the same basis, because some might be a year old and others might be only a few months old. So by doing a monthly gain or monthly return, you convert them all onto the same basis. Then, as I said, I recorded the maximum drawdown on each account. Okay, so now here's where the trick comes in. The more advanced selection criteria, the more advanced ways of selecting accounts. So what I then did, and I said, how many days are represented in the maximum drawdown percentage? So in other words, if the account is making 8% a month, that's 30 days, and the drawdown is 8%, therefore the drawdown would be 30%. Now let's look at the next one. This one is making 5% a month. The drawdown was 9%, so it's more than a month's worth of, so that one's got 54 days of drawdown gains in its drawdown. And I went on like that, same formula, 60 days, 64 days, and so on. And as you can see, it goes all the way down to the bottom. So that's the one ratio that I calculated. And if you now look at the 230CA account that we had earlier, you can see that it makes 5% a month, but its maximum drawdown was 24%, and therefore it had 144 days of trading built into that maximum drawdown. That's a lot. That's almost five. That's like 5 months. It's probably more than 5 months. Okay, so what we want ideally is we want the drawdown to represent a small amount of gains. Like the first one up there, that was a month of gains. The drawdown represents a month of gains, so that is a very positive. And that's why the top ones there are in a green color. They are very positive. The others are less positive. They're still okay, but less positive. So we now get into a more advanced way of evaluating the accounts by saying how much drawdown is caught up in their monthly gains. Very important statistic. Right, now we come to the next statistic, which is quite a complicated one if you're not used to knowing how to lot size. So what the lot size statistic says is, if you are happy with, let's say, a 30% drawdown overall on your accounts, what you can do is you can change the lot sizing to be in line with your risk tolerance. So let's have a look at that first one. Because the drawdown is low, 8%, and you prepared to have a 30% drawdown, this calculation here, and I'll go through the calculation, calculates that you can use a lot size multiplier. In other words, if the trader's using one lot, you can in fact trade 3.75 lots. That's what the lot size multiplier calculation does. It says, and you will still be in your 30% drawdown tolerance. And it goes down, and you can see some of these ones. Let's say the account that we looked at here, it says, okay, because there's a 24% drawdown and you're happy with 30%, you can have a lot size of 1.25. So that is actually the key to linked account and lot and copy account following. You can adjust your risk using the lot size multiplier. Now this model is quite flexible. If you want 20%, let's just put 20% in there, and it will recalculate the lot sizing that you need. If you're only happy with, if you only can tolerate 20% drawdown, those are the lot sizings that you. Now you'll see there are some lots under 1 because they're more dangerous, they got high drawdowns, and there are ones that are over 1 because they have fewer drawdowns. Now I hope that makes sense. So if you then combine the two and you say, all right, and again the top ones have the green color, and you say, all right, which of those accounts have the best ratios? So this one's got a really good lot size ratio, and this one's got a really good drawdown ratio. If you can combine those two, then that's great. That one doesn't, because that one is actually going below. It's got a very low lot size multiplier. Now here again we come to the crux. Are investors the best people to follow when it comes to this kind of analysis? Because if you look at the top ones here, nobody's following them. It's simple as that. These are theoretically the best accounts to follow, and yet nobody's following, or they're all following the ones at the bottom here. So it's quite interesting, and that was one of the points of the previous video, but now I'm refining it even more, and I'm saying traders are not doing these kind of refinement calculations to anticipate the risk that they're exposing themselves to. And this lot multiplier here is a fantastic little tool that you can use to determine what size lot sizing will be acceptable to you. If you only wanted 10%, you just put in 10% here, and it immediately will say, okay, there's the maximum lot sizing that you, and for other ones it's going to say 0.238 and 0.42 and all that type of thing. So it does align your risk with your lot sizing when you follow these accounts. Now, I want to go through this calculation because I generally do not supply these models because they're my personal models, and people don't even think about how they work when they use them, so I don't supply them. So you've seen how the daily drawdown is. It's basically taking the maximum drawdown over the monthly one and multiplying it by 30. So that's an easy one. The next one is a little bit more difficult. What it says, it says take that number and divide it by that number and then multiply it by 1, because 1 is the when you following the trader 100% the same as the trader. So in this case it's saying because that's 8, you can increase your lot sizing. So that is the formula. It says if you want 10% return, take the actual maximum drawdown and multiply by 1. Okay, and then coming back to the main point is that then because a lot of investors don't do these calculations, some really attractive accounts, I'm not saying they are the best that you could follow ever, but based on performance in the past, these look like more attractive accounts than the ones that are being followed pretty heavily. And I'm not suggesting everybody move out of those accounts and go there, but they need to consider these calculations. Any links to anything mentioned in this video will be in the description and the first commentary of the video. And so from me, Alex Aploy, cheerio. Just a quick disclaimer, this video has been made as an educational, entertaining and informative video for its viewers. It is not personal advice, and what works for some traders might not work for you. Please consult your financial advisor before trading. Trading is very risky and you can lose all your capital. It is not a get-rich scheme. Past results do not guarantee future results. There is no guarantee of easy success or good results in Forex trading. You cannot achieve the same results in the future by simply copying strategies and settings used by other traders in the past.